Stop manually copying and pasting data. Learn to auto-append Excel tables across multiple worksheets with a simple code. Append multiple Excel tables in one go. No VBA, just Power Query and its magic. We have 3 worksheets from January to March in the same workbook. First worksheet contains sales data for January 2025. Second worksheet maintains sales data for February 2025. Third one has sales data for March 2025. These individual sheets would be appended into a new worksheet, namely consolidated sales data, containing sales data for January, February, and March. For appending these tables, I will apply a simple code in Power Query Editor. Ensure that all monthly data is in table format. To confirm this fact, select a cell within January sales data. As you do so, Design tab will appear in the ribbon, which implies that the data is formatted as an Excel table. When you click Design tab, the name of the table, namely table_Jan, will appear in Table Name box below the ribbon tabs to the extreme left side. Adopt the same procedure for the February and March sales data to determine whether they are formatted as a table or a range, and find their names as well. By the end of this exercise, you will be able to identify the names of the tables as displayed on the screen. Remember these table names, as you will need them at a later stage. If the data is not formatted as an Excel table, click the info card link at the top right side of the screen and watch the linked video to convert data into Excel table. Before commencing the task of appending, please remember that 2 prerequisites must be fulfilled. Firstly, Excel tables field names or column headers must be consistent. For instance, if in the January table, there is a column header named Model, then other 2 tables must also have model column headers. Besides, the header, namely Model, must be correctly spelled. Letters of the names must not have any extra spaces. The column headers are also case sensitive. Secondly, number of columns should be the same, although their order may differ. In the current example, there are 8 columns in each table. For appending sales data, I would use Excel 2013 version. The procedure used to append files in Excel 2013 is also valid for later versions like Excel 365. In Excel 365, the commands to append data are available under Data tab. Click on Data tab, and then on Get Data button. Click on From Other Sources. Then click on Blank Query. In the formula bar of Power Query Editor, type M code given in the video, and press Enter key. Henceforth, the procedure is the same as illustrated for Excel 2013. Click Power Query tab. Then click on From Other Sources command. Select Blank Query. Power Query Editor window will open. Expand the query pane, situated to the left side of the window, by clicking this arrow icon. This pane has the name of our current query as Query 1. In fact, it is the name of the combined sales data worksheet, which we will get after appending all sales data tables. To the right side, you will find Query Settings pane. Below the name box, there is another box, in which all the steps that we will undertake to accomplish our appending task will be recorded in the form of macros. In future, if we add another worksheet to our sales data workbook, for instance, the worksheet for the month of April 2025, all of these steps will be applied on April sales data automatically. Since Query 1, actually, comprises appended sales data of 3 months, change its name to consolidated sales data, which will have the same sales data as you have seen in the sample consolidated sales data worksheet. To rename the Query 1, double-click on Query 1. Query name will become editable. Change the name and press Enter key. You will notice that as soon as you press Enter key, the name Query 1 will also change in the name box of the Query Settings pane. At the top of the Power Query Editor window, you will find various tabs and commands. Their use will be explained in other videos. To keep this video short, I will restrict the current video to appending, and then exporting the combined data, to an Excel worksheet. Below the ribbon is given a formula bar. Type the code in the formula bar, which was mentioned earlier in the video. Please remember, the code is case sensitive. Now press Enter key. On the next screen, we will get a 2-column table. In the name column, the names of 4 tables have been given which are part of our sales data workbook. To the left of the name column is given the content column. Click on the first table, its sales data will be shown at the bottom of the Power Query Editor. You can expand the data view if required. We can view the sales data of the other 3 tables in this manner if we wish. As you can see, the name column is showing 4 tables, namely sales tables for January, February, and March. Besides these tables, there is a sample combined sales table for January to March. Since we want to append individual sales tables for the months of January, February, and March only, we must filter out the sample combined sales table from name column, otherwise Power Query would also include it in the appended sales table. In this way, our appended sales data would be duplicated. To filter it out, click on this down arrow, unselect the checkbox against the consolidated sales data table, then press OK button. Now we have only relevant tables in the column. We can filter out the sample consolidated sales data sheet in this way, but it is not an ideal solution, because, at the end of our current appending task, Power Query will add another worksheet to our sales data workbook, namely actual consolidated sales data, which will comprise 3 months of sales data. We would then have to filter out this combined worksheet again, otherwise, the sales data would keep duplicating. Therefore, we need to set up our filtering, so that only the monthly sales tables are appended, and all other tables are automatically excluded. As you can see, all monthly sales tables begin with table underscore, hence, we will instruct Power Query to keep rows where the name begins with table underscore. In this way, all other tables that do not begin with table underscore will not be appended. Before applying a new filter that truly automates our task, first cancel the previously applied one by clicking this red cross icon. As you do so, the consolidated sales data table will again appear in the name column. Click this down arrow again. Then click this right arrow and select Begins with. In the Filter Rows dialog, click this down arrow. Select any of the monthly sales tables. For instance, table underscore February. Delete the February part from the table name. Alternatively, you can also directly type table underscore in this box. The command would now become, keep rows where name begins with table underscore. Then press the OK button. Now the name column would show only monthly sales tables. In the future, when you add a sales table for April 2025, ensure it starts with table underscore. Now click the double arrow icon. On the next dialog, you will see a list of all columns that would be included in the combined sales data table. By default, checkboxes of all column headers have been selected. If you want to exclude any column header from the consolidated sales data table, clear its checkbox. I am leaving all checkboxes selected. Below the list of column names, there is a checkbox which instructs Power Query to use original column name as a prefix. Here the original column name means the header content. If you leave this checkbox selected and click OK button, all column names will begin with the word content, as shown on the screen. Since the column names, prefixed by the word content, seems to serve no purpose, clear this checkbox. Now the column names will not be prefixed by the word content when we click OK button. You'll also see a warning that says, "List may be incomplete." This simply means that there might be additional column headers that aren't currently shown in the list. If you click the Load More button, any remaining headers will be displayed. Now click the Load More button. As you can see, no new headers were added, because the list was already complete. Finally, click the OK button to continue. On the next Power Query Editor window, you will find appended sales data for January, February, and March. To expand the data view, click this icon, and then click this one. You will notice that, now no column header, is prefixed by the word content. There are various tabs on this window, namely, File tab, Home tab, Transform tab, Add column tab and View tab. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the use of these tabs and their commands will be explained in the forthcoming videos. Nevertheless, there is one command under the Transform tab, which you should apply before exporting the combined sales data. This command is Detect Data Type. The application of this command will ensure that each column is exported to Excel with the correct data type. You will notice that, to the left of each column name, this data type icon is present. This icon means no specific data type has been assigned to these columns. You can assign a specific data type to each column individually. For instance, click the data type icon of any column, such as the order date column. A drop-down list of data types will appear. This list shows different data types to the right side, and their corresponding icons to the left side. The content of the column shows dates values, and the time part of the content shows zeros only. Hence, I will eliminate this part from the combined table. Therefore, instead of date and time, I will select date. The column will be filled with the dates only. You would also notice a change in the data type icon to the left of the column name. Following the same procedure, you may assign suitable data types to other columns. By using the Detect Data Type command, under the Transform tab, we can assign relevant data types to all columns collectively, at once. Before applying this command, first select Whole Table Data. To select all data, select any cell within the data, and press Ctrl+A. Now click the Transform tab, and then click the Detect Data Type command. You can see that the data types have been assigned to their corresponding columns. This command normally assigns correct data types to the columns, but occasionally, the results may require some adjustments. In the current scenario, the order ID and quantity sold columns have data in whole numbers. They have been correctly assigned whole number as data type. The order column has been assigned the date and time data type. Although the column contains date values, all time values are displayed as zeros. Therefore, change the data type from date and time to date. Click the date and time icon, then click the date icon, and finally, click Replace Current. The column will now display dates only. The column's region, brand, model, and name contain text data. All of them have been correctly assigned the text data type. The price and revenue columns contain currency values, but they have been assigned the whole number data type, which is incorrect. To change data type of price column to currency, click whole number icon. Click currency, then click Replace Current. Dollar icon will replace whole number icon. Repeat the same procedure for the revenue column. The quantity column has been correctly assigned the whole number data type. The consolidated sales data is now ready to be exported to an Excel worksheet. Click the File tab. The first time you export data to Excel, use the Close and Load to command. Later, if you edit or update your data, and want to export it again, you'll notice that this command is disabled. In that case, simply use the Close and Load command to export the updated data. Now click Close and Load to. In the Load to dialog box, the Table and New Worksheet options are selected, by default. As our goal is to export the sales data as an Excel table, and place it in a new worksheet, retain these default selections. The checkbox, Add this data to the data model, is not relevant to our current task, therefore, leave it unchecked. Now click the Load button. On the next screen, the Sales Data Workbook will open, displaying a newly added worksheet named Sheet 1. This worksheet contains the consolidated sales data for the months of January, February, and March. Double-click on Sheet 1, and rename the worksheet as Actual Consolidated Sales Data. Click Consolidated Sales Data Worksheet to open it. Then, double-click its name to rename it correctly as Sample Consolidated Sales Data. Then open Actual Consolidated Sales Data Worksheet. Compare both worksheets. You will find that both worksheets are same content-wise. Now click the close icon to the top right side to close the workbook. And click the Save button to save the workbook. In this session, we have successfully completed the task of combining 3 months of sales data into a new worksheet titled Actual Consolidated Sales Data. This video covered the fundamental steps for appending Excel tables using Power Query. In the upcoming videos, I will guide you progressively from the basic concepts to more advanced techniques.